everyone. Today, I'd like to share a fascinating business case focusing on TUI Group and their vertical integration strategies. To understand the massive scale today, we have to briefly look back to their origins. TUI was formed from a historical integration of SAC, which is a mining company back in 1928, and Carson. Over the years, Carson Leisure Group. Over the years, they transformed and grew into a massive global conglomerate. What makes TUI unique is that they are orchestrating a complete closed-loop ecosystem. Rather than relying on third-party airlines or external hotel chains, they own the entire journey. When a customer book a holiday, they fly on TUI Airways, staying one of the TUI's 400-plus properties like RIU, or perhaps sail on their cruise ships. Behind the scenes, their destination management teams handle the local logistics. This means they control the entire value chain from start to finish, seemingly integrating demand and supply. And one of the best examples to show TUI's strength is Carpe Verde, which is a nation consists with islands just on the west side of Africa. If you go back in time, the tourism industry there was struggling. They only saw about 5,000 visitors a year. The main reason was severe lack of connectivity. Flights were sporadic with lack of connectivities. With almost no stable international routes, even if tourists want to visit, accommodations were just small, scattered local inns that couldn't handle large groups because of this lacking infrastructure. Foreign investors lacked the confidence to put their money into the island. Then TUI stepped in. The transformation was dramatic. By 2025, the annual investors are expected to exceed 1.2 million. How do they do it? First, TUI Airways start offering reliable, direct charter flights from major European cities. Second, they pour money into building over 15 massive all-inclusive resorts. They didn't just build hotels. Their initial investments act as an economic catalyst for their whole region. Building a single resort sets off a chain reactions, creating jobs in construction, logistics, and transportation. To ensure the local benefits and build permanent human capital, they also set up the TUI Academy, offering free training in hospitality and languages. Of course, running an operation this large requires a serious technical logistic. TUI relies heavily on dramatic yield management. Their system uses a real-time algorithm to constantly adjust price based on how fast rooms are booking, competitor rates, and historical data. They also optimize their flights development across over 180 routes. This solves what's called the accessibility paradox by gathering travelers from various European markets into a single flight. They make remote destination profitable because they guide the customer from travel agency direct to their own hotels. TUI enjoys an occupancy rate that is 15 to 20 percentage more higher than their independent competitors. Finally, we have to address the socio-economic side, how they balance profit with purpose. In traditional tourism, there's a big problem called economic leakage. Usually up to 70% to 80% of the money tourists spend leaves the host country because the profits are repatriated by foreign owners or spent on imported goods. Do I actively work against this? They aim to buy at least 30% of their goods and service locally. Alongside this, the CRS vision, which is corporate social responsibility. The CRS vehicles. The 2i Care Foundation invests heavily in community infrastructure and education. By doing this, it has successfully converted corporate surplus into a durable social capital. So this is like a small self-assessment table. The top was those are the words I learned from doing this project. Conglomerate is like a group of company that works together, and catalyst was like a jump start to a reaction. It's more commonly used in chemistry. Occupancy is more like a rate of a accommodation. If like 100% is like what a hotel, 100% rooms is like a hotel can hold. If the room was rented out for 80 rooms, I would say the occupancy was around 80%. And repatriate is basically a very wordy way to say redirect. Orchestrating comes from the word orchestrate, which is just basically planning. And I asked Gemini to kind of rate my things, and oral fluency was the thing I rated myself because obviously there are some minor hiccups here and there. And the content and PPT was rated by Gemini because I think it's a little bit weird that I rated it myself. So, for listening.